Hi, I'm Abigail and I just graduated from the Rain Ministries degree.
Hi, I'm Josh and last year I graduated from Rain Ministries.
My name is Joel. I am the youth minister at Gorebridge Parish Church and I'm one of the hub leaders in Scotland.
We went down to visit conference and to visit the university. The way that all of them got together and they were all clearly unified in Jesus. It was way more than just a degree. It's doing life together at the same time.
With Rain Ministries, being able to have the theology learning is something that I can see why I'm learning it. To be able to be in a community where I can understand that I'm studying these theologians or these other beliefs or whatever it was we were doing at the time, and then come to a community where I could actually see that in practice, come to a place where actually I can apply what I've just learned directly while surrounded by people that can support me in that was huge.
The Rain degree offered a way to be able to still do youth work here and also study. That was really big for me. It meant that I could learn how to do that more profoundly, and I could learn how to work with volunteers, and I could learn how to work with the wider church. It just made it way more practical in terms of life. I was not committed to going away for 3 years and studying it and then coming back. It meant that I could build the youth ministry as I learned.
What I found really interesting was that they said you have to have a placement while you study. I was impacted not just by my studies, but by the community of people that I met there. My own discipleship, my ability to be a Christian, to follow Jesus, it grew. And I suddenly realized that I was like, oh, there's something in this.
The growth that's happened has just been massive, and that's a lot to do with the support that I had at my placement church, the opportunities I was given to lead. There's just so much I could say, and being given the opportunity to disciple the other leaders and to disciple the kids and teach them about Jesus. I was given all these opportunities to take what we learned from class and actually implement it into a real life scenario of ministry.
One of the things I love about Rain, and always will, I think, is their emphasis the whole time we were there about them being disciples that make disciple makers. It was never just about the academics and it was never just about the course. They constantly reminded us and fed into us the fact that we're there not just to get more knowledge, not just to grow smarter, not to read more books and write essays, but we were actually there to love Jesus more and to imitate him more.
The hub model is a way of being able to give people an opportunity to still work in their locale while being supported by somebody who actually gets it because they're close by. You're ministering there, but then we get together with other people who are also doing this thing, and we talk about how it is that how we're doing and what it is that God's leading us to do. And we get an opportunity to say, hey, I've got this problem in my youth work right now. I don't know what to do with that. And then someone else comes along and says, yeah, we had that problem too. Here's how we dealt with it.
Every single person that was teaching us these things was teaching it from a point of, I've done this, I've been there. It was never just in theory, this is a thing that we can do. It was this is a thing I've done and it's worked, or these are things you can avoid in that. Having the things we had in cluster be said from a point of, this is something you could go do tomorrow. And it actually was very seeable as to why we were learning it, meant that it was a lot easier to retain the information, but also have a desire to understand it more and to continue to go with it. I was learning for what I was called to do, not learning for the sake of writing an essay.
The great thing about studying with other people is it meant that we were all kind of in this boat together. When I was struggling with something, I had my support network. So I had other students that were in a very similar position. Because of course, I did have mentors and I did have people above me, but it was really nice just having that pure support. There
were people once a week that could keep me accountable to make sure I was keeping up my work and it wasn't all just put off to the very last second, but also just having that sense of they actually do care to continue this investment. They aren't just there for the conference weeks, but they're there to maintain not only a relationship with uni, but also just that spiritual and mental awareness as well, that you're not alone.
So what you end up with is not just me and some students and then some alumni who are supporting each other. You've got area-wide youth ministry going on that is interacting. Young people who are meeting each other, young Christians who are meeting each other. You will gain a community of people who are absolutely dedicated to bringing God's kingdom here on earth.
We're all there to serve our young people and each other, and having a team that's there and is just absolutely ready to serve God in whatever way comes up in that week, it's great.